What'd you say?
Okay, with the
Mhm.
creative team of Hello at the Under 5 Minute Film Festival, we got Sebastian Roberts, who's the director and writer. We have Jennifer Edwards, assistant director, and we have Rosie Hollinghurst, who is one of the key cast members. You
Mhm.
guys are all from the UK, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Is, some- is someone recording this meeting? Because it's just come up saying it's been recorded.
Yeah, it is. Mhm.
Oh, cool, cool,
It's,
cool. Well,
yeah,
making a mistake.
yeah, we're doing all right. I'm doing all right. We're doing all right, thanks. I mean, I'm doing good. Mhm.
It's
So
horrible.
where did this guy, Sebastian, where did this idea come from for you?
Oh, the idea I think was it's very J horror inspired because I used to watch a lot of Japanese horror, like my late teens and 20s, like Due on the Grudge and the Ring films and stuff like that. So I think the idea was actually kind of inspired by by one of the shorts that inspired that, and I wanted to do like a more sort of like different twist on it, and so, and I think the idea was just inspired by what's the worst and most painful thing that can happen, and I'm like pull the tongue out.
But the
So,
actors do have their fingers, don't they?
well, David's got his fingers, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. But didn't
Yeah.
she have like her finger, Rosie's finger is a little bit off too, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the
But
heel.
that they have their fingers, all their fingers are good. You guys did that on post.
Yep. Hmm.
So the really interesting film, like obviously where like the suspense is there until that, and then there's like yeah, there's a reveal of the suspense. But I'm half kidding when I ask this, but why does he keep answering the phone?
Well, he's addicted to it, honestly. I think he's just expect. I mean, I'm just gonna say he's expecting a phone call from something, and
Yeah,
when when he keeps being the same thing, he's getting frustrated,
yeah.
annoying, stuff like that.
Because this generation doesn't answer the phones; they just text, right? So.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, a little bit.
So okay, so you shot at the one location, and then where did you find Rosie for the creepy role? No offense, Rosie, but you're very creepy in the film.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I,
Um,
there was. Sorry, go ahead, Seb.
Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah,
Go.
I was just gonna say I know Rosie's parents. I know Rosie's parents. I've known her dad for a while, and when I heard she I was looking for a child actor at the time to play the role, and when I heard she'd done a play and was doing a bit of acting herself, I thought I'd give it a go. Yeah.
Give her a go. So
Yeah.
the what jumps out with this film is the makeup. It's like the whoever did the makeup is fantastic. So tell us
Oh,
about that kind of setting that up.
Karina was fantastic on makeup. She was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
So where
so
did you find her?
she was actually recommended to me because I'd done some VFX for an online web series, and I knew the showrunner, so I got in touch with him, and he forwarded her contact details to me, and I got in touch with her, and she was up for it. So that's how I found her.
Oh, great. Yeah, because
Mhm.
she's really good. So you do VFX, like, so that's how you were able to do everything post production.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. I mean, it wasn't just me. There were some other guys that I got to do the VFX as well, and but I had and I I did some of the last bits and pieces like comp because there was a lot of graffiti on that bus
Yeah.
shelter, and there was even some profanity which would have stood out like a sore thumb. But yeah,
Well, basically, you know what you're doing though, and you know like who to hire to get what you kind of want accomplished, I guess, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm really glad I got these guys. I'm really glad I got these guys.
Yeah, because
It's
it's really fantastic. It's like it's a
Thank
really
you.
professional job.
Yeah, I'm really proud of it. It's probably the first short film I've made that I'm legit proud of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you why did you always want it to be around 3 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I'd taken a break from my film career for a little bit, especially when the pandemic happened, because yeah, for mental health reasons, really. So, and like I mentioned before, I got involved in this web series that kind of inspired me to take another shot. So I wanted to start off with something that was smaller, more contained, like one location, minimum cast, just to yeah, just start off with something small and more doable. So mhm. So yeah,
And
just to prove
so,
it.
Rosie, how was the makeup? I'm assuming you just did one day. How was that getting your makeup on?
Um,
How long did it take?
it took a really long time,
I
and
bet.
I had to touching up on it because when I was talking, it was like cracking, and especially with the blood and everything, when it was coming through the tube, it was like at the end, it was like really uncomfortable because I had like this fake blood literally crusted in between the prosthetic, but it did look really good.
It looked amazing. And what about the tongue?
The top was tea stained by my mum, and that got really, really sticky at the end. It was so uncomfortable. But yeah,
So what it takes to make a movie, right? Like it's so real.
Mhm. Yeah. Sorry, did you say
No, good.
sorry, I thought you were asking me something there. No. Uh,
No, go ahead. Like so, basically, like what was the look? Did you kind of design something for the makeup people, like how you what you wanted her to look like?
Yeah, I actually sent some references to Karina, like specifically I used a couple of clips from some clips from the J horror films like Ju-on, like for example, like Kayako and stuff like that. And I also wanted the like blood on her and cut and scars on her and stuff like that to kind of tell a story which kind of hints as to what happened to this girl and where she was at the time. But yeah, we Karina would just share us photos of her progress on the things like the tongue and the fingers and stuff like that, and I would leave some notes with her and which led to the final result.
And yeah, and like you must have been very happy with the final
Yeah,
result.
yeah, I was really pleased with it. It's better than I thought it would be, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Yeah. And so and then you just kind of create like what did you do with the tongue? How did you create the tongue?
Wasn't
Uh,
that oh, wasn't it like a mold?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, because Karina, sorry.
Because I remember saying when she was making the tongue, she did several different iterations, and I remember she kept it in a tub,
Yeah,
and it
she.
was it was weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. So is there a bigger film here? Like do you want to expand on it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also using it as a proof of concept for a
Sure.
feature length version. Yep. I definitely do have a story behind what's going on in this short, like which involves and I'm like it's at this treatment stage at the moment. So but I definitely
Uh,
do story what I want to tell.
a flashback about how she became, well, dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like I'm
totally.
assuming Rosie's character would be the main character in the feature film.
She would be she's one I'm gonna say she's one of the main characters. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is one of the main characters. I wouldn't say she's the lead character, but she is definitely one of the main ones that I have in mind because when she does her thing like haunting people and like ripping off bits stuff like that, I kind of want it to be like less is more like you see in horror because it's really effective. So yeah, I kind of want to go for that. But I do want to explore her character's backstory.
2 seconds. Put my phone on charge.
So Rosie, would you like what did you like how was the experience for you, I guess, as a newer actor kind of working on this film?
it was really fun. I'm glad that it was a short film because it did take ages to film. So I feel like if it was longer, it'd be like a lot more longer and like more hard working. But it was really fun to do it, and I did like it.
Well, for other actors who do like these big makeup jobs, like they get I think they get used to it after a while, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was better on the second day because I kind of knew like what it was going to feel like and like
Yeah,
how to move out the tongue better. But
yeah. So, but you eating your own finger was a very effective. You can't really do much. And there's not much inspiration to look back on from an actor to someone to bite their own and eat their own finger. I guess, right?
yeah, no.
Maybe you could be the resident expert of that. When someone needs mentorship on eating fingers, you could be the mentor now. So, okay, so tell me about the post production. Then you're kind of thinking fourth dimensionally when you're making the film, like you know that certain scenes are going to be more visual effects, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew there'd need to be some compositing done, especially when I noticed the graffiti. And plus, there's a lot of cars passing by, and I didn't want that because I wanted the film to look and feel isolating, especially for the mate, especially for David's character. So the less cars, the better. And
That was a pain.
sorry,
That was a pain being on set and having to call cut.
yeah, it was, but I didn't want to do. Sorry.
And then some drivers would deliberately honk the horns or rev their engines. It was like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pain that. But
But we did it.
yeah, like I didn't want to do it to begin with because I didn't want to put too much on my plate. So I wanted to just stick with writing and directing, but there was some issues and I had to do bits and pieces. But yeah.
Yeah.
Then I got involved in other projects, which sort of delayed it even further. And but yeah, I mean, Jenny here was actually supposed to edit the film
I
originally, but
was. But
but
we tried to get the footage on my computer and it just fritzed out,
mhm. So
unfortunately.
yeah, and
I
for
did
me,
do- I
it's
Sorry,
yeah,
Seb, go on.
transitioning from director to editor is
Yeah.
like really difficult because you're still in that mindset of coming up with stuff and things like that. I wanted to try this angle and stuff like that, and you tend to get overcritical of what you've done so far. So.
Yeah, I did manage to do the editing log. I did manage to review the footage for you, didn't I? So
Mhm.
you was able to pick out any issues because I put the editing log together,
Mhm.
which made it easier for you to edit because you could see where the problems were
We did,
with like
yeah.
cars, traffic, for example, and you're able to use the footage because I'd done all I'd gone through it. Um, didn't take me quite long actually because we'd got what 3 or 4 days worth of footage.
Oh
Mhm.
wow, you guys shot for 3, 4 days?
I think it was
Yeah,
three.
it
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Um,
I mean, I know, I mean that seems a bit much that seems a bit for a
Yeah.
4 minute long film, but I wanted to make sure the quality was like as best as it could be.
Yeah.
And on the first day we had an issue with a different camera
yeah.
and so which affected the quality badly. So we had another day to reshoot some of those shots with my camera, which is a Black Magic.
So,
So
when
yeah, it really was just quality over speed.
Cool, dude.
I mean,
Well, to add to the intensity, you kind of had to have these kind of like different shots, kind of different points of view. And the shot, you even have the crane shot, I guess. I'm assuming you used a few crane shots, right?
He was
it
actually a
was a
drone shot.
Drone shots. That's what I meant. I'm old. I made it. I made an old man statement. Yeah, the drone shots. Yeah, back in
I
the day, it was
actually,
a crane shot. Now it's a drone
yeah, it
shot.
was.
Yeah, yeah.
I
right
mean,
now, just
I actually didn't pre-plan the drone shot. That wasn't pre-planned. That was just
Yeah.
something came up with while we were filming. So,
no, it wasn't because I remember when I was doing the scheduling, we'd
mm,
scheduled for the fact that makeup. I'd scheduled for the fact that makeup was needed because
mhm,
there was a lot of well, heavy, intense makeup. Then there was the practical effects of the finger. So in scheduling, I actually scheduled more time than we needed for the day, just in case something went wrong, like the camera, and the addition of the drone shot. So we were able to get good quality shots, like Seb said, because we'd scheduled more time than was needed for each shot. So it gave us the time to get the quality.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
But like in order to set up the first minute of the intensity of like what's going on, you wanted to have a lot of coverage, which you did, right? Like it seems like you got crowd coverage across the street, you got the drone shots,
Yeah.
you got some close-ups, like you were like, so it adds to like it's all still, right? And
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
it adds to that intensity, right? For the audience, like what the hell's going on? Something's happening, right?
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
something's happening, right?
Yeah, it is like
Yeah,
I actually got the idea of a drone shot from I think from like it's like a Hitchcock film because apparently he does that sometimes, like uses crane shots. Oh yeah, I think it was like from that from the shot in Psycho where the guy's coming up the stairs and
yeah,
then and then the mother comes in and stabs him. So I thought if I shot it like that and just slowly zoomed in, like something supernatural is coming down on him, then yeah, I thought that would add to
yeah.
the suspense.
Like the bird's
I
eye
like
view, meaning that like someone's watching, right? But
Yeah,
we don't know what,
absolutely.
right? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
like the ending as well. When you're ending, you go back up with the drone. That's like that said to me, is alone, injured, and is isolated.
Hmm.
He's not
Yeah.
near any he's not near any help. He's on his own. So when the
Yeah.
drone goes up, you sort of get the feeling that, oh no, he's on his own, injured, he's screwed.
yeah. So then you got almost the red herring shot with like the kid coming out of nowhere. Where did you who was the kid?
Oh, are we on about? Oh no. Oh,
I you mean the kid in the pram?
Yeah, yeah.
That Rosie, do you want to reveal who that was?
My
Is that your
little
son?
brother Wilfred.
no.
Wilfred.
Her brother
He's
Wilfred.
The brother.
Sorry,
So it was a family affair.
It was.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've got flashbacks of trying to get one particular scene done. How many takes did we take? We tried chocolate. We tried everything to get this particular scene done. We even sent a runner out to get something to entice the child actor to do the scene, and it took so many takes.
He's
Yeah.
got a nice smile. That's what happens though. But he's got a nice smile. It gives the actor a nice smile. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm up to no good, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like yeah. I
Yeah,
mean that's just kids in horror films for you. They're just
Okay.
creepy as hell.
yeah, exactly. They are. But it's like obviously you can't you can't really direct him. He just has to be. He's a kid, right? Like he's like, how old was he? Like 3 years old?
I
Was
think
it
he was
about two at the time?
was he four? I no. Was he
No.
two, three?
Three, I think.
Two, three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, three. Yeah, he looked three, so he kind of has that three look.
Yeah.
From my experience. So okay, so tell me about the other actor in the film, David Chambers. Where'd you find him?
Yeah, he was recommended to me by my brother, who's also an actor. And because I wanted to work with someone local and yeah, to save up on things like expenses and travel expenses and stuff like that, because this wasn't a paid project. So he recommended him to me, and I just got in touch with him, and he was up for it because he needed some acting, some stuff for his show reels, and yeah, that's we pretty much just worked together on it. So I found him.
Yeah, he's
Hmm.
great because like I'm sure he's just kind of like victim and in the grinder. If this is the future, he's just playing. He's a victim guy, kind of
He did.
showing her powers, right? But he's great. Like he's just like what that like the randomness of life, right? Like some supernatural element comes down on me and chops
Mhm.
off my fingers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I hear it
Yeah.
happens like on a daily basis, so you never know.
Well,
It's a crazy world out there, right?
I'm dreading the day it happens to me.
Yeah. Well, it's a crazy world out there. Now we have to worry about the supernatural.
Yeah. It is.
And then you guys, that was a real kind of bus stop in London. That's how the bus stops look like.
I think it was an abandoned bus shelter, like because
Okay.
yeah, I think it was abandoned. I think it's like years old or something like that. Because
It's not on the route anymore.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, so it was we were looking for a real bus stop, but then Rosie's dad recommend suggested it, and we thought actually yeah, this is better because it's creepier and it's more open space. But yeah, I don't think it's in action anymore. It's not in action.
So now you're sending out the festival. So I'm assuming that's going well. This is kind of a no-brainer acceptance.
Yeah, it's done really well. It's been accepted to one in Las Vegas, and it's recently been accepted for one called Romford Film Festival, which is in London. And I actually just got a Best Director award from
Oh, you did, yeah.
yeah, Best Director microfilm for that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I believe it. Yeah, it's nicely put together film. So
Thank you.
yeah, it's like yeah everything, but it's because like the special effects in they have to work right, or else we're taking out of the film.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
mean, you got no choice. You've got to make sure they work as best they can.
yeah, and I really believe that his fingers were chopped off. I thought maybe you gotta like it's really good. It's amazing what they can do now. Yeah,
It is, yeah. I mean, that was all practical. I mean, that was all practical, the whole thing, and that's what's even better about it. Like, I didn't have to try and like fix it in post
yeah,
with like CG or stuff like that. And that's just what really sells it. The fact that it's practical, it's more believable seeing it because it was filmed on camera. It's not like something you put on like CGI or something like that.
yeah.
I think the audio helps sell it as well.
Mm.
Um, I was on the on this shoot. Everybody pitched in. So I had the boom pole and the boom mic and everything, and it was the scene where her tongue drops onto the floor, and the noises they made, even though I couldn't see it because I was out of shot, and I was around the corner. I had the boom pole over. It actually made me feel actually made me feel nauseous. And that was just being on set and actually. So I think the audio and the visuals in this movie actually go together really well and sell the fact that what's happening on screen could possibly have a visceral reaction from the audience.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, totally. So what's next for you? What's next for everybody?
Well, I'm on pre-production for another short horror film called Corpse. So yeah, I'm also like I mentioned before, I've been working on the started development on the feature length version of Hello. So it's yeah, sorry, it's at its treatment stage,
Yeah.
and I'm also a DOP for another short horror film who's being directed by the guy who did the color grading for this.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you're
I'm
busy.
yeah.
Seb, I'm not as busy as Seb, but I will be helping on the feature for Hello and Corpse as a possibly producer, maybe AD.
Yeah.
And Rosie, you're
Yeah.
gonna keep acting?
Yeah, I do drama in school now, but that's not like proper acting. But if I get the opportunity, then I will.
Why isn't that proper acting?
Well, you just kind of like in school when you do your performance, you get like graded on it, and that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
that sounds
you
like a
don't know.
proper acting to me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
It's not like professional though.
No, I understand. But you're still. That's what the thing. That's what it. But that's what an actor is. It's not about the money. It's just about acting,
It's
right?
lots of acting.
No, okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time and great film, by the way. Really great. It's like I said, no brainer horror micro short. It's like great. I love that it's just 3 minutes long. You tell the story beginning, middle, and end, and you make us want more. And
Yeah.
That's
Thank
what
you
it's
so
all
much.
about. And it's just so professionally done as well. So congratulations.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
All right, let's talk again when you make your next film.
Yeah, totally.
Definitely.
Thanks a lot for this.
All right.
Thank you.